Welcome, everyone, to today's episode of Black Sisters Birth Academy's Inside Birth Podcast. And I'm your host, Midwife Christina Jermaine. The purpose of the podcast is to provide an intentional platform and community for aspiring Black midwives who are looking to navigate their path into becoming a community midwife. There is a difference. Our interviews are aimed to provide practical tools and knowledge for aspiring Black midwives who want an inside look in the ins and outs of community midwifery based on what Black community midwives have experienced. We also want to spotlight and promote community midwives that are making massive impacts in their communities, as well as foster ideas on how you too can become a woman of impact in birth in the process. Now, today's episode, we have a very special guest with us, and her name is Miss Triana Boggs, and I'm going to read her bio. All right. So it says Triana Boggs, her is a certified nurse midwife and a Florida licensed advanced practice registered nurse. She is the founder, owner, and solo practitioner of Motherland Birthing and Wellness LLC. She is also a NICU RN, a mother, and a wife. Triana graduated from Frontier Nursing University in December 2021 and has been licensed and certified as a nurse midwife since January 2022. Her passions include evidence-based care, informed and educated shared decision making, and providing equitable and inclusive care to everyone she encounters. Triana serves as a member of the board of directors for the American Association of Birth Centers, co-chair of the AABC Diversity and Inclusion Committee, and member of the CCSM Advisory Board. Triana is a preceptor for student midwives and enjoys sharing knowledge and giving back to the community. So with that said, everyone, can you please help me by putting our hands together and giving a very warm welcome to Miss Triana Boggs for being here with us at Inside Birth Podcast. Welcome, welcome.
Yes. Thank you, Christina. I appreciate that. I mean, yeah, what an honor to be here.
Yeah, thanks so much, Triana. I really appreciate, especially I appreciate midwives or, doing taking their time to even do like, say, a sit down interview or even a talk, because I understand how busy we can be and how
Yes.
unpredictable our schedule can be, because you just never know when somebody just may need you, right?
Just never know. I know I put my phone on silent. I'm like, I'm not available right now, you guys. Let me just get this interview.
Yeah, right. I know. And then those are the dynamics that people have to understand, especially coming into this field, that it can be that way. And it's like we're putting our on pause. Sometimes it's not even a call from family and friends, it's actually from our clients that may need us. You know what I mean? So it's
Mhm.
so I'm grateful to have you and grateful to have you at this time. So we're gonna jump right in with the first question for today's interview. So the first question we have is, what called you into midwifery? And feel free to give your most authentic answer, because we love real talk.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't have enough time to even jot down write something down anyway. So this is going to be all authentic for me anyways,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, I mean, what brought me into midwifery was my own birth experiences. I had, my initial pregnancy, first pregnancy was as a teen mom, I was 16. I had a really tough time with OB care, treating me like I was a number. I mean, like most people in this country have experienced, especially Black women and especially Black teens, right? So I was not heard throughout the whole pregnancy, and expressing complications that were missed, and went into preterm labor at 24 weeks. So unfortunately, my son passed away, and just that experience overall led me to really want to do more for families who are like me, right? Like
Mm.
that, have some concerns that aren't heard. And I just wanted a friendly face and someone to actually listen to them. So I wanted to be that person for other people.
Yeah, thank you. I thank you so much for stepping in to do this work, and you know what I mean, based off of your experience. And I take this time to even pause and honor, your journey and your walk and your son. And I thank him for his existence, and I thank you for yours as well too. Thank you so much, Triana. With that said, question number two is, what route did you take to become a midwife? And well, it's three-part question, right? So it's like, what route did you take to become a midwife? Why did you choose that route? And if you could change one thing about that route, what would it be?
Yeah. So I went into midwifery first becoming a nurse, right? So after losing my son, I was like, all right, I'm going to be a nurse and see what I can do in that. I want to work with babies. I want to work, in that field. So I went on to be a NICU nurse and worked in that field for probably about 5 years or so before like really trying to figure out what is the next step to be able to really work more with moms and pregnancy and things. So I didn't even know, fun fact, I didn't know what a midwife was. I had never heard of midwives. So um, I was just looking up like what else can I do to like really help with, the community. And I was like, oh, there are midwives who do this work. So found midwifery and just kind of researched some different programs since I was already a nurse. I was like, okay, well, the CNM route seems like the next best step for that. So I went on to get my master's in nursing through Frontier Nursing University. So that's the 2-year program. All the training is done like in the hospital setting pretty much. There are some programs that like really focus on out of hospital care, but they'll say that and then they don't really, do
Yeah,
that. So
I get
all
you.
of my all of my training was, primarily through the hospital setting. Which was very challenging because my heart is in community work and out of hospital care. So yeah, I had to just suck it up and toughen up the whole time that I was there, and to just get the experiences that I needed while I was in that setting, so that I can be where I am today, right? So soon as I was able to graduate and get some more experience in the out of hospital working with a local midwife here, I, started my own practice. So that was kind of my journey. One thing that I would change, yeah, I think I would fight a little harder to do more out of hospital training while I was in school,
Mhm.
because it's different. It's so different. And so, yeah, I wish that there was more training, even in the certified nurse midwifery like curriculum, about like more holistic care and maybe some natural remedies, herbs, things like that. Like we don't speak on that at all, right? Like it's take
Mhm.
this Tylenol and
Yeah.
you'll be fine, right? Like there's so much, so many other
Like
things you can do.
nutrition and
Yeah,
well,
like
I did nursing school too, like nutrition and like so minute
yeah,
in
like we
the
don't get any of that. It's just like
yeah.
what medications will help this thing. So I really, wish that I would change that part about it. It's just trying to do more community work and more out of hospital experiences for sure.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, number three, what was your experience once you became a midwife and started your practice? How was that?
Yeah, I mean, what a jump, right? Like just straight out of, being a student midwife to then trying to, find my way. Luckily, I didn't have to just go straight into my own practice. That would have been really scary. But I was able to find a midwife here that I'm so grateful for, who was able to kind of like teach me all the things that bridge that gap and make it a safe space for me and feel comfortable with, doing this on my own. So after about a year and a half working with her in her practice, it was a busy practice. And my kids got a little bit older where I can just like, they had after school now. I didn't have to worry too much about, how figuring that out. Because on-call life is challenging, right? Like figuring out all of the logistics of who's picking up who and, so
Mhm.
once we were able to get that underway, yeah, it was a big jump trying to start my own practice. There was a lot of like business things that you don't know about.
Mhm.
And so it's not all about just the care of
Mhm.
seeing families. There's a lot of administrative things and business aspect that you have to figure out. And for me, that was like trying to reach out to people that I thought would try to help with that. And most people were just like real gatekeeping.
Mhm.
That's what I found. There's a lot of, oh, well, yeah, if you, I would love to give you that information. or a fee. And I'm like, what? We're like, I know you, you know me, it's not that big deal. Like just I'm just asking you a simple question. But so I did a lot of that research on my own and just figured it out and still figuring it out. It's not perfect, but I think that I've done pretty well at trying to just build my, my practice and do the best I can. And I've, gotten a new office and, we're building clientele. It's been beautiful. It's been beautiful.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm so grateful that you were able to find some reprieve, by certain individuals helping you initially, and it's all a part of the process and the journey. Even those desolate times, if it's not so desolate, it kind of helps to ground you. If that makes sense,
Mhm.
or you know what I mean? It's so interesting. Life is even the hardships and the challenges. Even though sometimes we want to be like, why did I have to go through these things? They are
Yeah.
actually shaping us to be who we are called to be. You know what I mean? So it's
Mhm.
just so interesting. With that said, number four question would you honestly recommend someone becoming a midwife?
Yeah, 100%. Like I truly believe like if this is something you enjoy and um if you are going into it because you feel like you want to be a savior and you want to like make money, then don't. No, I'm gonna say no to you. But if you truly are in this because you truly care, and that is your passion, then absolutely it is something that will fulfill you, and it won't be a burden to you. You will never feel like it is something that is draining for you or your family or anything because it's just a part of who you are. So absolutely, like I would say, if that is your dream or your goals and your passion, then go for it.
Yeah, I love that you said it's a part of who you are. You know what I mean? It's like cutting off, like you wouldn't tell me to cut off my hand, right? It's a part of who I am, right? So yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah, makes sense.
It is challenging, right?
Yeah.
Like that part, that some days you're like, why? What did I get myself into?
Sign up for it.
Yes, it's challenging work, but it is enjoyable work.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Number five. So, what would you tell your 5-year-old self about following your dreams?
Oh man. Hey, my mom like literally was like, you can do and anything you want to do, right? And I truly believe that. And I think that's why I just kind of strive and to do whatever I feel called to do. So my 5-year-old self already had that confidence of like, yeah, sure, go ahead and be a midwife. So I would tell that 5-year-old self, yes, do exactly what you want to do, and there'll be some hurdles to jump over, but you'll figure it out and keep going.
Yeah, I love that. Love it, love it, love it. So right now we have like a quick little lightning round segment called the one. So in this lightning round, we're going to ask questions of one word with one in the what with the sorry with the word one in it, and
Okay.
you have 1 minute to answer that question. So it's going to have
Okay.
the word one in the question, and you have 1 minute to answer this question, right?
Got
So
it.
the
Okay.
first question is what is one common misconception that you have encountered that people have said to you about midwives or midwifery?
Oh, okay. I mean, I would say the biggest misconception is that like we have no medical knowledge, honestly. They're like, I don't know, we just show up with candles and a hippie bag. I don't know. Some
Yeah,
people truly don't know what midwives do. So that is a misconception. We, are all trained to be able to care for pregnant women and babies and, keep you safe. So we do blood pressures, we do labs, we do, listen to the baby's heartbeat, like all of those things we are trained to do. So it's not literally like me just showing up with my candles and hope for the best. It's not that.
right, right. Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
Next question is, what is one tip that you have learned about entrepreneurship?
Yeah. Um, I mean, one tip is just like perseverance and just giving yourself the grace that you are gonna figure it out, or like hopefully somebody is gonna be there to help you figure it out. Because you don't know all the answers, you're not gonna know all the answers. Like if you are hesitant to start something just because you're like, oh, I want to get everything in line first, you'll never start it. So just start I can just start and just and keep building as you go.
Yeah, love that. Just start. What is one tip that you've learned about self-care as a midwife?
Take it, right? Like March and November, every year I take off of call for births. So I'm off call right now, which is great. And I do that because like we have to be able to still check in with ourselves and give our family some that attention that they need, instead of being like kind of in two places at once. I do that twice a year. And try to regroup and I get my massage. I just came from the acupuncturist. I
Oh,
got a
nice.
chiropractor adjustment right before this. So yeah, I'm doing great.
She's all alive.
I love it. Yes.
The next question is, what is one tip that you've learned about relationships since becoming a midwife?
Personal relationships, I guess, friendship relationships, the folks who are truly there supportive of you will still be there. Like our work is sometimes can be where we're not available or we have to like miss things. And the folks who are like truly not understanding or not really friends, they won't get it. They'll probably flake off. It's fine. But the real friends will be there. And same with partners, right? Like the people who truly are in your corner will stick around and will understand. And
Mhm.
hopefully you have those folks in your corner.
Yeah. And that's so beautiful because actually they'll even be marveled by you and your strength, your resilience to
Yes.
honor your passion. I even had a long friend as a kid, like literally as toddlers, and she's like, I'm so proud of you still doing all this stuff. And I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
so those that really love you, they'll be cheering you. They really, really will be. It may not be 1,000, but a few is just all you need. That's all you
That's all
need.
you need. Yeah.
Yeah. What is one revolutionary thing you would love to see us do as a people to move us forward in having healthier birth outcomes?
I mean, we got to grow more Black midwives, like train more Black midwives. We got to come together and help each other out. Um, I think that's the biggest thing. Like I had the hardest time with like just finding a tribe. Like I needed to find some people that I can relate to feel comfortable. And I think that having more of us to do that with will like
Yeah.
just top tier with giving that care that families need because that's all you need. It's just a friendly face and somebody that you can trust in the community. That's gonna help those birth outcomes 100% for sure.
Mm. Yeah, and I love that he said the care that they need, and also especially that I'm realizing for myself being like the only Black midwife in my area, the care that I need. Like I didn't
Yeah.
realize I needed care in this work, if that made sense. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I've always been so focused on like, the moms and the clients. I'm like, whoa, where is my support system in the work that I'm doing to have that familiarity or that familiar face or that home? And that was missing. And so I resonate with you about creating more Black midwives and more Black birth workers so that we can create homes and you know what I mean? Because it's one thing to have a
Yeah.
community. There's nothing to actually have a home. I don't live outside of my community. I live in
Right.
my home. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And those are
Yes.
different people that are in my home. Not everybody, you know what I mean? So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 100, 100. So, what is one word you would like to leave with our listeners that carried you through one of your hardest times in life? One word, or a
One
phrase,
word.
or
I mean, I guess I'll go with grace again. Like just
Mhm.
you really have to, be humble with it and just give yourself grace. Like
Yeah,
that the things that come up, you can't always control. And to just give yourself grace in those moments.
absolutely. Grace. And lastly, what is one way our listeners can support you to further your cause in this work? It could be anything, your business, anything.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing for me is just financial. There's financial challenges. I'm just gonna be real
Mhm.
because I am one of I think there's two midwives in my community who accept Medicaid. And I'm one of them. I get a lot, I mean, primarily like 95% Medicaid clients. And Medicaid reimbursement is not great. So I do this work sometimes out of my own pocket. And so community support with finances would be amazing.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, hit me up. I don't know if you got some you can tell people
Yeah.
where I'm at. But yeah.
Yeah. So do you have like something on your website, possibly like a donation page so that you can like amplify the work
Yeah,
that you're doing to serve the Medicaid population?
that'd be
Um,
great. Good idea. I should
yeah,
add
so
that.
we're putting it out there. This is Motherland. This is Triana, Midwife Triana Boggs, and out there at Motherland Midwifery and
Birthing and
Wellness,
wellness. Yeah. So if
Birthing
you
and
go
Wellness.
to my website, motherlandbirthandwellness.com, there is a contact us section. So you can just like send me a message, send me an email. And then we can kind of link up and figure it out about, if you would like to donate, that would be great. But I think I'm gonna put that on the website. That's a good idea.
Yeah, donation link coming soon,
A
everyone. So
donation
look
link
out
coming in.
for it.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
coming soon.
Link in bio coming soon for us to be donating to those moms that are in need, for those families, and even the families that are on Medicaid. If they also
Yeah.
have family members and loved ones, they can also be donating to even that individual loved one as like gift them towards their midwifery care. So
Yes.
it's like important for us to amplify that, knowing that you're not alone. It could be, your family members, church members, friends, the kids at the, the PTA meetings, wherever parents go. You could just be like, hi, I have a midwifery fund. Would anyone love to donate to it and just, help, in any form or fashion? So awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah. So with that said, and so we put all your information as Motherland Midwifery. So with that said, that's a wrap for today's episode of Inside Birth Podcast. I want to thank Miss Midwife Triana Boggs for being with us. Once again, I truly appreciate you. Like I said, and our my mom is well, Jamaican culture. They say appreciate, or Rastafarian. They say appreciate love. So I appreciate
Uh-huh.
love the time and energy that you took to be a part of this podcast, and for sharing the work that you do, and for sharing your testimonial, and that your journey bringing you into midwifery. So I really, really just appreciate, love it, and thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful for you
Yes.
and this and your work. So keep on keeping on, Triana. You're doing
I
amazing
will.
work.
I will.
Yeah, you're
Thank you
doing
so much. I
amazing work.
appreciate you.
Yeah, feel free to connect with those, let your spirit align, and it will guide you. God will guide you. He will tell you who to ask. And even if you feel like you may have crossed the bridge, you could always table back to somebody else. I'm here to, call me.
Yes.
And feel free. All right. So, like I said, for our listeners out there, you can catch us on Spotify and YouTube the second Tuesday of every month at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for our next episode with another community midwife. And if you enjoy the educational content that we provide here at Black Sisters Midwifery, Black Sisters Midwifery, same thing, Black Sisters Birth Academy with Inside Birth Podcast, feel free to give us a like, share, subscribe, press notification bells, do all the things, right, to amplify the fact that we do here. As we say, birth is what we do. So until next time, everyone, have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you, and bye-bye.